Hello, welcome back to Primo Calcio. Took last week off. We are back as there have been many Mercato moves. I am Michael here with Anthony as usual. How are you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing great. I love my team. I'm really excited to talk about them. What an inspiration.
Incredibly inspiring team. Milan making many moves, so we'll get into that a little bit later. Juve not doing as many things, but they are linked with, I think, somebody new, which we'll discuss when we do them. But let's start off with the biggest soap opera of the summer, which Milan was threatening to kind of keep or take with the whole Yashari thing, but it actually is Lookman. So Lookman has trying to be like a one out from Atalanta. He's doing put in a public transfer request. He hasn't been to training in over a week. He's doing whatever he can to kind of get out. And Inter has been at 45 mil after initially about a 40 mil offer, so pretty close. But looks like Arsenal is offering 52. So that's probably where they want to be. However, Lookman wants Inter, so they're trying to see what they can do. Inter says they won't raise their bid anymore. I don't know, but and Atalanta seems like they're not going to accept it. A lot of people are playing hardball. What do you think is going to kind of transpire in the end? What do you think of the whole situation?
Oh, they're going to have to get rid of Lookman because he's doing the same thing he did last year when he's writing these dramatic letters and very emotional, self-absorbed. Remember that whole spat last year he had with Gasparini.
Yeah. Yep.
He's not showing up to training camp. I mean, this is who this guy is. I mean, hey, you know what? Whatever. He puts the ball in the net. It's 2025. All these players are just hyper emotional adult males. This is what we have to deal with. Um, I think they're going to sell him for the price that they're offered. I think that a lot of teams are doing this right now. There's some time left in the Mercato, so they're just going to try to hold out for a couple extra mil here or there, and then eventually they know they're going to make the damn move. That's really the whole drama. I think you just have a very emotional, dramatic adult man that's making it seem like more than it is. But he'll get the deal done. He'll be gone, and he'll score some goals for Inter in the end.
Yeah, I think he will end up at Inter. I mean, because what are you going to do? If you're Atalanta, you have to sell him because every year that goes by, he's going to drop value. And yeah, you can bench him and teach him a
Yep.
lesson, but as a club, you're going to lose a lot of money. I mean, you could be selling Lookman for a lot of money, like roughly around 50 mil. I don't know what they bought him for. Do you have an idea what they bought him for?
Oh, I'm sure they bought him for cheap. That's the Atalanta way. Atalanta's, you know,
Yeah.
the ultimate moneymaker, baby. I mean, they know
Um.
how to buy. I mean, they're essentially what our teams are trying to become.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
This is the level that
Top
our
top
teams are at.
four,
So they've
buy
just
low,
been
sell high.
perfecting it.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Yeah. So he
yeah,
came
just make
to
money.
Atalanta for 10 mil from Leipzig in 22, 23, and
Yeah,
23 seasons. So they're going to make somewhere around 40 mil off him. So I mean, yeah, you can't lose
yeah,
that because you're going to lose a lot of money if you don't sell him. So they're definitely going to sell him. And if he doesn't want to go abroad and wants to stay at Inter, I think Atalanta in the end is going to buckle, which is probably why Inter's not going to up their bid. It makes sense.
yeah. No, if I'm Inter, I wouldn't up my bid. I think Atalanta's going to accept it eventually. Just a matter of time. It's
Yep.
just all the drama that this guy creates. I mean, he's just so sappy.
Yeah, I mean he'll be trading one Nerazzurri shirt for the other Nerazzurri shirt, so he should fit just fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what
Oh
with
yeah,
him.
he'll be fine.
So
Yeah.
Inter, I think they're also linked with Frendrup, and I think is a good player. I think he should have been looked at by a lot more clubs.
Yeah.
He's been a steady Eddie for a few years. I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's good. I don't like Aslani. I don't think either of us do as a backup. So I think that Shahanoglu and a Frendrup will be good for that midfield.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
I don't think there's much more right now on the Inter front.
Yeah.
They're going to be a solid team. I think we talked about last time. The big thing really is going to be will Kivu be able to kind of hack it. I think if they get a guy like Lookman, they get a guy like Frendrup. Frendrup's been a captain. That's going to help a lot. Of course, if they get those two signings, kind of help Kivu out a bit. But it's really going to come down to Kivu. Their team's definitely good enough to be battling for the Scudetto for sure. Will they? I don't know. It's going to depend on coaching. Here.
Oh yeah. It's everything points to Kivu here. So we'll see what he does. They already had a good team. They added a couple good players to it. They've actually improved their roster based on the weaknesses that we discussed. I think ad nauseum last year. They did improve those weak spots. So Yeah, it's all on Kivu now,
Yeah, I mean,
truly.
defensively, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're as Milan was also linked. They were linked with Leone. I don't know if Inter's actually going to go and get them. I don't know what's really going to happen defensively because there's been rumors that Pavard may go. There's been rumors that who's the other guy there? Bissek may leave. So I think if one of those guys leaves, then they'll bring somebody in. If they don't leave, then they're going to kind of hold as is my assumption with.
It
So
doesn't matter. None of these defenders are any good anyways. So you just get guys in there that can do a job. They'll be fine.
yeah,
There's not a lot of good defenders on planet Earth anymore.
yep. The last
I think that's a position you definitely don't spend money on. That's the reason that Leone's not getting his big, Parma's not getting their massive asking price for Leone. It's just not
no,
18-year-old kid.
the
Worth the
only
risk.
way he's going for that much is if the Prem bites. I mean, like all of a sudden, so at
Yeah,
the beginning of the Mercato, his value was 15 mil, and then all of a sudden, like every week that went by, it's like Parma's like, well, we can get more, we can get more, we can get more, and now you've cut off the amount of teams who can buy him by like two. You're basically just going Premier League, and that's it.
yeah, they're just being dumb.
So,
They'll adjust that if they really want to sell him. They'll amend that number in the next couple weeks.
yep,
But right now they're doing the same thing. They're just trying to get, they're drawing a hard line and then they'll come off it if they really need to make that money.
yep. Last bit of news for Inter, a guy that I don't know much about, so I can't really comment, but seemingly has a massive price tag. It's going to be the Monaco winger slash forward, Magnez Akliouche. I know nothing about him personally, so I can't really give my comment. But 70 mil is what they're saying he's going to go for. Seems wild. So I don't
Okay.
know. I'll have to do my research, but that's the last Inter news. We're going to move into a team who has been doing a ton of moves and probably pretty close to done. Maybe they'll want one or two more in incoming outgoing signings. It's Napoli. Um, Recently, Raspadori left.
Yeah.
He went to Atleti, I believe, somewhere around 26 mil. Um, and then they're thinking about bringing in Miretti, who I think what was the price they wanted? They offered 14. Juve wanted 18.
14.
They're probably going to settle on
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, they will. That's another same situation that we were just saying. They're just drawing the hard line because there's a few weeks left, and they'll settle on a number. They'll get rid of Moretti. I don't think Tudor wants anything to do with him. And we have a lot of junk on the team that we just can't offload, and there's not going to be a lot of space for Moretti to play because it's very clear Tudor has no intention of really utilizing him in any serious capacity.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, weirdly enough, Napoli was looking at more wingers. They're looking at Grealish. Grealish ended up signing for Everton, so he's no longer an option for them. I mean, how many more wingers do they actually need? I don't know.
They
Not sure
don't.
why they
It's
need
just
this.
at this point, it's just a matter of identifying a good deal. That they're trying to build for the future too. So I understand the Moretti move.
Definitely.
They want to have Conte said it, Mana said it. That's they're not just trying to do what they've been doing, and that's just kind of having like a revolving door of players and hoping to finish in the top. They're actually trying to build something that's going to last, and this is how you do it. So they're I like what they're doing. There's a couple moves that we'll see how they work out, but I think that they've you know all the moves they've done have been positive, and Conte's going to coach the hell out of them.
Yeah. No, I mean they got what Luca up top. They got Milinkovic Savic, who probably shares some time with Mera. I think Milinkovic Savic is a better keeper in general. You got De Bruyne,
Yeah,
who I think is going to be really good for them. I think he's going to work great in midfield. Noah Lang, and they got Marinucci for defense there. Asa's been he's a youngster
Okama.
coming up in the midfield. Bukama. I mean, I don't. I like what they're doing. I don't know. I think they'll probably round out with Moretti maybe one more. I think Moretti versus Raspadori is actually, in my opinion, a good move. I've never really been a Raspadori fan. I think he's good. He plays a role, but I think Moretti has a much higher ceiling. I think he's going to thrive on under Conte.
I think yeah, and the deal for Raspadori was like 22 plus like 8 million in
Yeah,
bonuses, right?
22
So they're
plus
gonna get like
4.
30.
Yeah, so they're gonna get
Yeah, so
about 26. So
yeah, that's a good price, and then they bring in Moretti for net profit of 10, and Moretti is younger, has more potential. So yeah, I mean Raspadori, he was good for him. It was he had a good run with Napoli, but yeah, I think that he's certainly not a winger either, so he doesn't fit in their little system that Conti's got going.
yeah, I
So
guess
it is
not.
what it is.
Yeah, he never really
I want to
fit.
see Moretti with Conti. I want to see how Conti uses Moretti.
I've always thought he was a very good player at Juve. Is somebody that I wanted Milan to look at just because he was kind of on the outskirts always, but outside looking in. But I think he's very very talented. He's got a lot of natural skill, and I like guys like that who like they're you can tell that they have it, but is their mind there? And Conte is great at developing mentality. So I think because of that he's going to do great. They also signed a couple young
Yeah,
Italians, but
yeah, that's why I want to see him go to Napoli. There's a chance he might not play if he doesn't perform, but that's going to be up to him. If he Conte will play him if he sees in practice that he has something to offer, and if that's the case, he will absolutely thrive and he'll be the best version of himself he could possibly be. And it's a true sink or swim situation there. But if he is given the opportunity, it's going to be the best thing he could do for his career. If he stays at Juve, he's going to run on the bench. He's going to get, poop minutes at best. So it's not really a good environment for him right now. I'd like to see him actually move on for his own sake, for the sake of the national team, to have a
yeah,
chance at having a decent young player come up.
yep, no, I agree, and honestly, Raspadori going away, I think is actually a good thing. I think he's going to get a lot of PT under
Yeah,
Simeone. Simeone is a great coach, and it might actually be just a move that he needs to kind of actually step out and become somebody. So if there is a chance for Raspadori to kind of take that last step and actually become something rather than just be a bit part player, I think it's actually a really good move. And we're probably going to see it with a lot of Italian players right now. Is they're going to be leaving and probably getting more time than they would get here because our two teams, Milan and Juve, teams that historically have fed the national team more than most, are not doing it at all. So you got to go somewhere else. So it's about
yeah,
time.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it, and people might think that's against our beliefs. Like, no, we want our Italian players to
National
actually
team first,
play,
man.
and yeah, that's what Primo Calcio is. So if our domestic clubs have absolutely zero intention of nurturing Italian talent, pretty much at any level club. So go somewhere else,
Yep.
somewhere you're gonna play.
National
It's fine.
team over Serie A for me too, and looks like
Yeah.
Napoli did bring in a couple of younger Italians. Emanuele Real looks like he's a forward, like a winger, and then Matias Ferrante is a young goalkeeper, as well as the ones that we already mentioned. So Napoli's got their little system going. I like what they're doing. I like to see them bring in a couple more Italians since they're kind of the good team that can do it because our teams aren't carrying the torch. But I like what they're doing so far. To me, they're the for sure favorites to win the Scudetto. They got Conte. They got basically
Yeah.
the same team, if and more. They added class by adding De Bruyne, and they didn't really lose much elsewhere. They even kept their midfielder Zambo. So I mean, I think Napoli's the favorites for sure.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Anywhere
Um,
Conte is, they're gonna be the favorite for the league title.
Definitely. Juve, we kind of talked about some moves that they were doing. They've got David. They kept Conceição. Um, Their forward kind of situation is a little bit strange. Dusan's still trying to be offloaded, but his salary is a massive hang up. So I know they want to get rid of him because his salary is crazy, but nobody's biting yet. I don't know if Milan's going to bite. Looks like they're more linked with Hoyland than him. So and then Juve looks like they were linked with Gilman for D mid, but now they're linked with who's this the dude? Matt O'Reilly of Brighton. I have not watched Matt O'Reilly, so I have no idea who he is. It's just
I
like,
couldn't care
who
less.
is this guy? I don't know. I mean, even if people, oh,
Yeah.
he's good. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, he's obviously way better than Moretti. So no, it's a different. I have to adjust my mindset with Juve. We're like we want to be Atalanta level. That's what we're trying to do. So Moretti is plus Valenza, so we need to get rid of him. But we also have, and this is one of the things that we said last year, a ton of amortized debt and debt from all the obligations that June Fleece stuck us with. I forget what the number was, but it's a massive number that we actually had to pay for transfers. So we have to sell people in order to recover that from that debt, from that crawl out of that hole. So my main goal for Comoli this year was just to sell people. I don't even care if we sign people. I think David signing was a good signing. I love free signings.
Yep,
I'd rather not sign junk and just keep what we have and sell
I
for the things we
agree
can.
with
But the problem
that.
is we can't even sell people. And who the
This,
hell wants
Juve is
Kelly?
still
Who
still
wants
still
Luis?
buying
Who
people
wants
though.
Bootminers?
Like, I don't know why Juve is still
We're
buying people
not.
even without like getting rid of.
Nah,
Well,
we're
they're
just
gonna be making
lazy.
a move. I gotta make a move for one of these guys, like some midfielder, and they're gonna pay a lot for it. They're only selling Moretti for 18 mil, maybe 16 mil at the end of it, and they're gonna go and be getting if they get the O'Reilly, he's 30 to 40 mil. There's no way they're gonna get Human. He's like 50 to
Ridiculous.
60 for some reason. I mean, the prices are crazy if they're going to bring anybody in. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much that's going to help them to
Yeah.
just buy people. You know.
No, it's not. It's just not. It's a different level team now. So they just
Oh.
we'll
You
see.
you
We'll
saw
see.
the
Bunch of random players.
Dortmund game. Did you see? I mean, it's friendly. You can't really take too much from a friendly because there's zero pressure on there.
Yeah.
But did you see anything decent? Anything not decent? Or was it kind of same old? What you expect?
No, I mean, Yildiz looked excellent. He's by far the best player on the ball on the whole team. I think he's just growing and growing. I think he's going to become what I don't think he's going to be the greatest player in the world, but I think he's going to be certainly a top class player. He's certainly has it. Cambiasso got a brace. He looked excellent. Good overlapping
Cambiaso
runs.
is
It was a sweet
excellent.
goal from Miller.
He just had
He
a
is. He is. You
really
know, he was
crappy second half of the season last year, but he is excellent though.
Yeah, and there was a lot of drama going on behind the scenes. I mean, the
Yes.
whole team gets affected by that. So, he's a quality player, and he's going to develop.
Well, he was heavily linked away,
To get
like
better.
in mid season
Yeah.
with Man City. Once that news came out, and then he got injured and came back, he sucked. Like, yeah, of
Yep.
course, there's a lot of that stuff going on now. He's probably refocused.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere for now at least.
Yeah. I mean, David looked good. Conceição dribbled in circles and with the grimace. Thuram made some good runs and shanked
You
his
love it.
shots.
You love it.
Yeah. I mean, he does a good thing and he just does dumb things. Conceição's a totally average player, but he's fine. Whatever. Um,
How was
our
the right
bad.
back? Oh, what was that guy?
He made a good forward run. He can't play defense at all, but he
That's what he
made
was signed for.
one
He
good
definitely
forward
can't
run.
play, but yeah, was he good though? Like
Yeah,
going forward,
yeah.
that is.
He was okay. Yeah, he was fine. He did some. He's an average player that has some. He can dribble a little bit. He's got some skills, but he's not really a big impact player in my opinion. So, yeah, he did fine. But we'll see how he links up with Chico. It looks like they're going to be playing a lot together. Kalulu had average defensively, but made a couple good forward runs.
Yeah, he made
Um,
a
he
good cross,
he had
right?
the cross for the goal. Yeah, he had
Yeah.
the cross for the goal. Kelly was useless. Bremer looked decent. He looked like he was,
Yeah, how did he
first
look?
game
Was he
back.
kind of sluggish, or how'd that go? Because
Yeah, he was a little
that's
slow, but he read the game well.
it's good.
His brain didn't get worse. He read the game pretty well. Certainly there was my comment. We were doing the live stream with the Dave from the Dive, and my comment was in the first half there were way too many balls that ran on the ground across the face of our goal without anyone
Gotcha.
intercepting those. Um, Rugani looked good when he came in. He was strong. He definitely, he was kind of isolated on the goal, but he was responsible for the goal. I mean, he lost his man, and he got it was kind of an awkward little play, but he got turned around. But there was no help. Um, I'd like to see more. I really don't understand why Kelly's out there. I
Yeah, I was just
don't.
gonna say that I'm looking at the lineup, and it looks like if Bremer's healthy, it's gonna be Bremer and then Kalulu as far as center back, and
Yeah.
then right center back. That's gonna be how it goes. You'll have Gatti
Yep.
subbing, Rugani subbing. Who's that left center back? Is Juve just sticking with
It's gonna be
Kelly?
Kelly.
Because Gatti and Rugani aren't left sided. So is
Well,
it
Rugani
Kelly?
played it though.
He can
Rugani
play
played
it.
left
Yeah.
center back under Allegri. He
Okay, so
did.
he can
It was
play it.
Rugani, Bremer, Gatti.
Why don't
Yeah,
you
he
just
could play.
run Rugani then?
But because Tudor is not a great coach, don't know how to make that work,
Well,
and
where's Kelly being put in the
we have
shop window for the end of the Mercato trying to get rid of him?
no one's going to buy Kelly for 20 million. I think we need to sell him for like 18 million to break even on him.
I mean that if you sold for 15, that's not terrible, and then you put the money
I
into
don't think
somebody
we're going to do
decent.
that.
No.
Yeah, no, I think it's yeah, we're stuck with this guy, and Tudor's going to play him. No, I mean we're an average team, but the news is there's a lot of average teams right now in the league. So I think we can fight for top four, and that's the sum of our ambition, truly. So I didn't see anything incredible. Dortmund didn't look very sharp. A
Do
couple times they
you
did, we looked scared. It looked scary.
do you think that Juve is going to bring anybody else in? Do you think they're going to get a midfielder? What moves do you think Juve is going to make in this last month of the Mercato? I mean, do you think Kelly's going to go? Do you think they're going to sort out the striker situation, do a Dusan? What do you actually think is gonna materialize from here until the end? You got about a month.
I think we're going to sell Miretti, and I think
Yep.
that's it. And I think that's all we should do. I don't think we should do any more moves. I think we need to lick our wounds from last year. We don't need to bring in any more average players. We we have enough players. We have enough coverage at each position right now, whether we like the players or not. I certainly don't, but the players are there to cover for each position. So I say just sell what we can, try to recover from the absolute disaster Mercato last season, and pretend like this is our core now. This is our group of guys that we have. And from this point forward, we build, and we got a couple more guys to get rid of next year, which would be easier because the amortization will be 1 year more matured. So that's my thing with Juve. I think a lot of people want to
Gotcha.
see all these players brought in, and yeah, that's great. I get it, but I just don't think we can. I mean, we already have massive debts to overcome
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I guess that the only thing they might do is kind of reshuffle up front. Do you think that Colo is going to be just loaned? He be signed? Do you think they're going to work a deal for that?
I
What
think
do you
we're
think is
loan him
going to
in.
finish with the striker situation?
No,
How's it going to
no,
end?
I think we're gonna have David and Vlahovic. I don't think we're gonna be able to move any. I don't think the players we have to move, even if we move Moretti, I don't think that justifies bringing in Colo because
No.
I think we're still in the negative based on what we had to pay
I
for
mean, David's going to
obligations.
help Vlahovic. He's going to take space. He's going to help Vlahovic.
David was much better. I mean, David played up top in front of Yildiz and Conceição. It looked good. I mean, he came
Yeah.
back for the ball. He comes back and plays defense. I like him. He's a good player. He's not amazing, but he's a good player. Links. He was involved in a lot of build-up plays. There was some. I actually saw a couple of things from Tudor. 'Cause he's not super good at this, but there were actually some set plays for counterattacking movements.
Yeah,
With David,
some decent passes or
basic
play that they probably worked
juvenile
on.
stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, basic stuff that we haven't seen Tudor do yet. So this is nice that we actually have. Hey, I'll take it. David drops back, Yildiz runs in behind, or we get an overlap from Cambiasso, that kind of stuff. That's nice. I like to see that. Yay, we're figuring it out. Stuff that the high school teams do. It
That's why
is,
they
but
pay
like
the.
we
I know,
haven't.
I know, I know, I know. That's why they pay the big
You can
bucks,
make
right?
like $3 million a year to do this shit. It's insane.
No, crazy, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of coaches who could do that.
We'll
But they,
move.
but we, I always say there's a lot of bad coaches. I think like 90% of the coaches are bad.
Mm-hmm.
9% of them are good. 1% of them are excellent.
Yeah, yeah. I won't disagree
Yeah,
with that. I think it's very noticeable when you have a great coach or a terrible coach, and everybody else is kind of left somewhere in the middle. Like
yeah,
there's a little spectrum in the middle where you're either like decent, good, or okay. And those coaches are very much so a dime a dozen. Just depends on you might catch lightning in a bottle with one of them, but there's very few sustainably great coaches, and there's a good chunk of really good ones.
yeah. It's almost better to take a risk on a young coach sometimes if you try to break through
if you don't
because
have a great one there, yeah, why not?
yeah, you know what you're gonna get with a guy like a Tudor. You're gonna get an average coach.
Speaking of that, it just made me think, what is Palladino doing?
I think Palladino
Is
is
he like taking a year off because he
yeah,
just quit his job at
sitting
Fiorentina?
on a beach, getting a beautiful tan somewhere. I have no idea why he left Fiorentina.
Wild,
That was
huh?
a really cool project. I was pumped about it.
Yeah,
And now he's gone and no one wanted him for some reason. Something is up that we don't know about.
yeah.
And
Maybe we'll find more.
that's just odd. I
Yeah,
don't know
he
why
just
he would take a year
resigned.
off at this point.
I always thought that
Yeah.
he resigned because he had maybe made like a verbal commitment to somebody like Inter or Juve or something happened,
Yeah.
right? Or Milan back when nobody had a coach, and then nothing happened. Everybody got different coaches.
Right.
He's just sitting there. So I mean, I don't know. And I actually liked how he progressed throughout the year. I thought he was great to start.
Yeah.
Lost his way and then came back at the end, which is a lot. I like when a young coach can grow and learn and figures it out. And they had the whole like Italian project happening there, which it will definitely be less Italian under Pioli because he doesn't care about that, whereas Palladino did. So it's
Yeah. Palladino's very vocal about it. Yeah.
yeah. So it's a bummer for me since Fiorentina was our Primo Calcio team of the season last season.
They
Um,
were. They
but
were.
hey, what can you do? We'll we'll move to Milan after this, but first we'll kind of talk about Donnarumma since he's a big big Italian player on the move. Looks like he did not renew with PSG, so he's gonna be leaving. 20 to 30 mil is gonna be his transfer fee. So 'cause last year the contract, even though obviously he's worth a lot more. Issue is gonna be salary. So I don't think any Serie A team is gonna get him. So he's linked with the Prem, Man U, Chelsea, Man City. Unfortunately, so he's definitely not coming back. I'd love to see him back in Serie A, but I don't think that's happening because he has a
Why
12
would
mil
he
salary.
leave? So if he's not coming back home, why
Yeah,
would he leave PSG? Like that team's
Didn't
set
they
for a
didn't they
long
sign a
time.
keeper that they're trying to bring in or something like that?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's just
I thought
yeah, he's
they
on
signed
the
Chevalier from Lille.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably why he wants out. That guy's sweet.
Yeah,
Chevalier is really
and
good.
he's French. So I mean, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
you later.
See you later, Donnarumma. That's cool. Yeah, good. Good for them.
Yeah, yeah, hey,
I'll
hey,
be on the same
good for them. Yeah, but now if you do
Yeah.
that in Italy, you get you'd be called a nationalist, and you'd say you're
Yes.
yeah, that's
Yes.
exactly. You got problems, but
Yeah,
if you
you
sign
have
a
a bunch
French
of
guy, it's a joke, bro.
yeah, you get the frothing zombies coming at you for being a nationalist. Yeah, I got you.
But hey, good for
Noted.
PSG. I like it. I like when I
Yeah.
like bringing
Yeah.
up your own, signing the best national team prospects and putting them on a French team. Great, good for you. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
miss the
How much do they pay for
days.
Chevalier, by the way?
40.
For it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
40.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. They paid serious money for him. That's good. Good
No,
for them.
he's what, young? He's 23 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, why not?
Yeah, no, he's a good player. That's one of the better goalies out there right now, I think.
Look at Chevalier.
At least up and coming.
Good. All right. We'll go to Milan, who's made the most moves by far in the past little bit here. So we'll start with the
Oh yeah, they're twerking it.
I,
You
yeah,
love
they
it. I
are.
know it.
I can't stand it.
You love your faceless team of robots. Yes, you
Can't
do.
stand it. Okay, so I'll go over the only signing that I actually kind of like. The price is wild, but Yashari from Bruges, I think he's a good player. He's a talented player. I would have liked to see him come along with another Italian guy here. I would love to see us have gotten Casadei last year, something like that. And you could run Casadei, Yashari, and Ricci, something like that. That would have been great, right? That's what
Or
I
just keep the
wanted.
guys you have, or just keep the
I
Italian
don't like
players
the
you
guys
have.
we. Oh, the Italian
The
ones,
ex-
yeah.
the extremely young Italian players that you had that were
Our
look very
players look
talented.
great. Komoto looks great. Liberali looks fantastic, which we'll go into that later. Zaroli is good, but yeah, I mean, I like.
Arda.
He's a talented player. He'll be good. Price was 39, which is a bit ridiculous because there was a whole summer long of drama where Bruges wanted exactly 40, the record Bruges signing. Milan offered like 35 plus bonuses to get there, and then they didn't like it, so they went to 37, 38. They still said no at 38, and finally 39 was okay. So very dumb stuff. He's gonna be solid. He's smart. He's
Yeah.
talented. He'll work well. Bummed out we didn't go. What I would have done, I said it earlier, is I would have just taken that 40 mil, sold off Musa because he's going to track about 25 mil or so wherever he's going. Got rid of left ass cheek and go bring in Sandro Tonali and bring in your guy, right? Um, I think that would have plugged a lot of holes. You get your future captain.
He's not coming back for a long time, if at all.
He'll never
I mean,
come back
he's
with
gone.
Redbird here. He'll never come back with Redbird here. So it's not. I don't think it's realistic. I am 100% convinced he'll never happen. It's more likely he goes to Juve than he goes to Milan right now because Redbird will. They'll never like eat their humble pie. They just won't do it. They're like, we made some
Oh,
money.
he won't come
F
here
you.
either. We're not seriously pursuing him either. I think our teams are gonna always target people like that just to keep the fans excited, and then they have no
Exactly what
intention
I
of
was
actually
thinking.
signing him. And then the fans go, "Yeah, they wanted too much money." No,
E-
you didn't even go after the guy.
Exactly what I was
You didn't make an
thinking.
attempt.
This whole
Yeah,
Italianization thing, which I like to bitch about, was
every
exactly
year.
what I called it. It is a smokescreen. It's just to get fans thinking, oh, okay, well, we finished eighth and we sucked by doing the opposite of Italianization. We had all foreign everywhere, foreign coach, foreign owners. We literally started zero Italians in a couple of games last year for the first time ever. We had nothing Italian, not anywhere. Coach, manager, nobody. All your management staff, players on the starting lineup rather is bad. And so the fans were getting excited. We signed Ricci. That's it. That's all you
That's it.
get. And we
That's
sold
it.
off all of our Italian youth. We are 100% even
Yep.
less Italian than we were last year. We're de-Italianizing the squad.
Yep.
It's really bad. And I just don't care about the value. Could have signed Leone for 15 mil at the beginning of the season. Kind of, we just kind of, what do you call it? We just moved very slow and said, man, I'm not sure. And his price went up and up and up. Okay, bye, done. Then we were linked
Because
with
there's not a real
Camuzzo.
intention to sign him, though. That's
Exactly.
if you wanted him, you'd get him.
Yep.
If he had a foreign name, he would have been signed.
100%.
That's the difference. They don't want people there that the fans are gonna. They don't want another like Tonali situation. They don't want players there that fans are gonna latch onto because when they generate a profit, they want to sell them. And
Yep.
they and if you have someone that is gonna, the fans are gonna get pissed that you sold. It's they can't afford that, so they're just gonna do just enough bullshit to make people think that they care when they really don't,
Yep.
and
They
people fall for it every time.
They do not want another Maldini Tonali situation because that
No,
that was bad for Redbird. Everybody was very anti. Still are. There's still people where those two firing and selling have permanently soured people against them. They can't afford another one of those. I mean, like look what they sold their best midfielder 2 years in a row. They sold Tonali out. They sold or maybe not 2 years in a row. And then they sold Reinders out. That's what they do. They sell their best
yeah.
midfielder, whoever gains. So guys, don't get attached to your Shari because if he
And
ends
who
up
are they
being
more pissed
good
about though?
in 2 years, he's out. Tonali, because he was fans see themselves in Tonali. Boyhood fan of the club, fought his ass off to be there.
Yeah,
This is where he wanted to be. He's Italian. Fans saw themselves in Tonali. Nobody sees himself in Reinders, right? He's a good player. It was good business. Like he was a really good midfielder. Like they're mad, but okay, whatever. Tonali was like heartbreaking for people. Like people like bought his
yeah,
jersey. Like he was, if he stayed, he would have been the only person's jersey I would have considered getting. Absolutely
right.
nobody on this team am I gonna ever buy their jersey.
No, no, same here. I have
Won't do it.
just a couple kids. And I have no intention of buying. There's not a single player on my team that I have
No,
inspires
he
me
was the only
not to
one.
not to waste money on
Yeah,
one of these ugly jerseys. Yeah,
they don't want that.
yeah, no, exactly.
No, you're
No,
you're right.
that's much.
You're right, and I think that's why they're doing it. Also, they already have the Italian market. These people, this is their life.
Yeah,
They have their fandom for years. They pass it on to their kids. That market's done. So by signing people, they've signed two Swiss, which we'll get into that. They signed a Belgian guy. They're trying to open up their markets, and I'm sure stuff's coming. I
100%.
bet you the Jimenez signing, because Jimenez I think will do fine with service. It's not amazing, but whatever. That was mainly to gain a Mexican market because he was like the hottest Mexican name at that time. Kind of lost a lot
Yeah.
of steam now, but I think they're just trying to open new markets. That's all they care about. All they care
Yeah,
about.
absolutely. No, I totally agree. That's exactly what this is all about. And they just throw the head fake, to the couple fans that the couple of the pearl clutchers that like us that still care, that want the team to
Yeah.
actually stand for something. But no, I mean, you got a fan base coming in a few years, no one will give a crap about anything, and it'll all be
That's the whole goal of
just
this
pointless.
organization. It's a
Yeah,
systemic deconstruction of AC Milan. This is on purpose. It's targeted. I've been saying that since Elliot got here, and it's happening the second that they got all the people out like Maldini, like those guys, Abate, all the people that actually care about the club out, and they just have their little figurehead, with Baresi. This is now what Redbird wants to do, and you're seeing it materialize. They're signing people who nobody's really going to care about. They're good value, good deals, and so you're not really going to care anymore about the culture. So when they make sales, they buy somebody, Redbird is never going to be looked at as bad anymore. It's just like, oh, they signed a good player. Never going to be looked at as culture breaking once enough these fans are done.
to quote the Pirates of the Caribbean, it's just good business.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Well,
what that's there's people who think that's cool. So I mean, here we are. Don't
yeah,
give a shit about your business, John Elkin. You have
I will
money.
still hold
Go win some
strong,
titles,
man.
baby.
I'm still gonna hold strong. I'm gonna
Oh,
bitch
me
about it
too.
every
Yeah.
chance I can. I don't care if it gets stale
What?
or old until my club maybe will come back. I know there's a couple guys out there too who on the Italian side who are really are it's very similar with one guy doing named Enrico Silvestri is a big Italian podcaster and whatnot, big following. He's very much in line with us. Can't stand Current Milan.
Yeah,
He thinks you should basically be protesting with your money, just like us. Don't buy stuff
absolutely.
that you
Yeah.
gotta get your team back. That's the only way. So I'm glad there's people like that starting to say
Yeah, we need
stuff.
more of them. We need more,
Yep,
but you're
not enough.
typecast as like as a bad person for having national pride. So, we unless we have balls and aren't afraid to say things like this and aren't
Yeah,
afraid of the frothing zombies, it's if we lose and we just kind of go off into the abyss and just shut up and be polite, it's they're just going to keep raping our squads.
what happens,
So yeah,
man.
no, don't buy the damn tickets. Don't buy these ugly ass jerseys. I mean, they don't even look good anyways. I mean, if you just have this sick obsession where you have to buy a jersey, I mean, get like a secondhand one or something. Buy it on eBay. Don't give them your freaking money.
Agreed. Agreed. Let's go more into the rest of the signings. So they signed Koni De Winter from Genoa. Lo and behold, guys, get ready for it. Guess how much they paid for him? Guess how much? They were linked with Leone for 40, linked with Camuzzo for 30. Allegri said he wanted an Italian defender. Allegri did not want to sell Malik Chow, but they said F you, he's gone because they got 40 mil from Newcastle, which honestly that's actually a pretty good deal. I would take
Oh
that
yeah, I'd
anyways.
sell that guy too. Yeah.
Allegri wanted them to reinvest it in either Camuzzo or Leone, bring an Italian defender in. That would be perfect. Nope. We're going to go save some cash and do our classic Redbird 20 mil signing because everybody besides like two people and that Redbird sign have been 20 mil. So we signed Koni De Winter from Genoa for 20 mil.
Oh
Good,
baby,
decent defender in today's standards. Could care less about
totally
him.
average.
Same thing. He's going to be good physically. He's decently quick. He's decently strong in the air. Positionally, he's below par, which everybody is. And so you're going to get some dumb mistakes, and then you're going to get some nice physical plays. And he can't pass that well. Tiao was a way better passer of the ball. So you just downgraded your defense there, but you upped the physicality. And I don't know. I mean, they basically just saved 20 mil on a similar caliber player. So yeah, I guess it's good business.
It's just good
It's
business.
so
You got to
bad.
put that clip in. Can you put that guy's stupid face or that actor from that movie? You know what I'm talking about? The East India Trading Company. You should put his face there.
I don't know.
With our new
It,
our new technology, our new podcast
don't
technology.
worry. We'll break out some new tech when the season starts. Okay. Yeah, that's basically that whole deal.
This sucks.
Then the last deal that they haven't fully locked down yet, but it's going to happen in the next like day or two is going to be Zachary Athekame from Young Boys.
Bless you.
Another another Swiss player. Could care less about him. We signed him to be a right back. We don't need a right back. If we're gonna play four at the back, maybe we could use one, and that might be what's happening. And I really hate it if we see that. However, whatever, they want to run it. If we run three at the back, you don't need a right back. You have Salamakers, who could be a great wing back. You've got Jimenez, who's not going to be a good right back, but will be a good wing back. You're done there. You got two guys for that spot. You don't need any more. But the theory is maybe they're going to move to a four-man back line and bring this dude in, play De Winter and whoever else they want back there. I don't know if it's going to be Tomori or Gavi or whatever, but I don't know. Or Pavlovic. I don't love it. I don't love the defense regardless. But what?
But they've identified a key market opportunity that can expand their market.
Yep. And he's
Their reach.
10 mil. So if he has a
I don't
good
know what the
season, he's
business
going to be
term
worth
is.
double. So that is perfect
Yes.
Moneyball strat
Woo.
right there.
Win, baby.
Yep.
Win with your wallet.
Yep.
Atalanta style.
It's
Hell
a
yeah.
joke. And we're selling
It's a
all the
total joke,
youngsters.
dude.
So
It's a total joke.
oh my god, dude.
Yeah. See, this is why I actually don't want Juventus to do anything, just because I'm just going to get pissed off with every signing. So just sell everyone. Can't complain about that. Yeah, just sell everyone. Who cares? Team sucks anyway. Sell them all. As soon as I start signing players, then I start, my brain starts going, is this a good player for the future? Is this a dynasty player? It's like, no, you can't think on those terms. Will this player generate income in the next 2 to 3 years? That means a good signing. Boom. That's where we're at, buddy. But here's one thing Milan does have. You have an awesome coach that's going to make this team actually work. It's just a shame that I don't give a crap.
Well, this is the thing. It's like I don't really care about this team and honestly, like I don't even like it right now. However, it's probably gonna freaking work because mentally you've upgraded your midfield because Jashari he's looking ahead. He sees the field well. Ricci sees the field well. Motors is super smart. You've now got that in your midfield, which is definitely an upgrade from what we did have. We still have the same players like Fofana who can win the ball back, but positionally was dumb. Loftus-Cheek who's great going forward and sucks defending. Like you still have and Musa who's kind of like a headless chicken, but you have those guys still, but they're not your focal pieces anymore. They're just side parts, and so you have upgraded your midfield, which is huge. You've got Salamakers back, who's going to fit Allegri perfectly. Leao is going to be more focused on under Allegri because he's a better coach. And your defense is basically the same. I don't care who they bring in. It's still going to be a bad defense technically, but Allegri's going to keep them compact. Allegri is going to be the secret sauce here, and he's going to get them in the top four.
like we said at the beginning of the podcast, I mean, there's not a lot of good defenders anyway, so what's it matter? Just throw some idiots out there and cover them up with your defense.
Um,
I mean, that's what defending is now. I don't think there's who are you gonna sign to make your defense better. I don't know.
Honestly, that doesn't matter, right? Really, the choice is this: if you actually wanted to upgrade your defense and you sold Chow for 40, you go and you buy Calafiore for 50, because he fits, because he's actually left-sided and he can pass the ball and he can progress the ball, because you now lose that by losing Chow, and you don't have a left-sided player besides Pavlovic, who's very irrational. That's actually who you should be going and getting, but they won't.
That's what you do if you're trying to build a better team.
Correct.
But what they are going to do is buy someone that's going to net them some money in a couple of years.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you buy De Winter for 20, he has a great season. They get, maybe they even challenge for the Scudetto with Allegri, and then he has a nice season. His value is going to double. He's see you later. Bye.
Boom.
Right. We just made 20 mil. We're going to sign somebody else for the same 20 mil value. He's going to be just as good of a player because they're a dime a dozen. There's nobody special here.
I like it.
Yeah, sure you do. Sure you do.
I'm just enjoying your frustration too, because this is how I feel about my team.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh man. Well, we're getting to the last possible signing.
This when we had Elk, and I've been warning about this for years. It's all happening. We're right about everything. It's so frustrating, and I just watch people on X like, "Oh, this is awesome."
Dude, they sell Hernandez, and as much as we can bitch about his personality, Hernandez is when he's playing a top class player. And I think they wanted to get rid of him for a long time, because he very much so was not a Redbird guy. His performances dipped significantly when Maldini left. I do like that he kind of did a little trolls for Redbird. He after he got sold, he posted a nice thing of him in a Maldini shirt just to basically give it back to Redbird. I like it, man. I like it. Yep, I think it's cool, man. And you knew exactly where his mind is at. The whole team of who Maldini signed is gone, besides Tomori, Magnan, and Leao. That's it. Everybody else is, I mean, Salamakers too, but I mean, like, most of them are gone. So all the Maldini loyalist guys are basically gone. I think Redbird did that on purpose, big time. Tonali, gone.
Of course he did.
Hale, gone. I mean, they know.
Well, that's what you do when you do a corporate takeover. You got to fire all the old guard and install your own plants. That's just I mean, that's who's running your club. You just have corporate ladder climbing yes men. So that's the procedure. There's nothing shocking there.
How we'll round up Milan's go last possible signing, which would be striker. They are looking at Rasmus Højlund on a loan with option to buy. It's a good value move, because if he comes good again in Serie A, then the option to buy for 40 will be fine. It won't be too crazy for a striker, and the paid loan is somewhere around 5 mil, so it's not going to be very crazy expensive. And he's on the outs at Man U, which I think they're bringing in Sesko, right? Is that where Sesko's going?
Yeah.
Whereas Sesko was going to come to Milan back when Maldini was here for about 18 mil. So, hey, could have had that dude who's way better than anybody we're linked with. Or they're going to get Vlahovic. I think there's no way Milan's going for Vlahovic. They're not going to touch that salary. They're probably going to end up with Højlund. I thought they should have just gotten Moise Kean. Kind of fits perfectly, but hey, that's not how you do it, and that's not good value. So that's the last possible sign that they'll make. Like, the rest kind of stays the same. And we'll talk about some of the exits, and that'll be the end of Milan. Milan has also been incredibly active in getting rid of their youth. It's been so Komoto looked great in preseason, loaned out, gone, see you later. Not even going to play backup minutes. They're not even going to get rid of some of their trash to play him. Nope. We're going to send you out. And people say, oh, that's great, he's going to get playing time. No, they're just going to increase his value enough until he gets sold for a few more millions. See you later. We don't care about you, right? We don't want...
Just like we did with De Winter. Exactly. Look what Juventus did with De Winter. We only made $6 million on De Winter.
But he at least made money, and you didn't have to pay a salary.
Right. Yes. So that's all. You're not going to make much.
No.
They're just trying to get rid of the... I'll let you finish. This part of it's going to actually piss me off.
It is, because this is actually, so what I care about most is what you build your team around, your core, the Milanismo, right? Liberali is somebody who is actually a special talent. He's a kid. He's 18 now, and there was an issue with Ibrahimovic, a lot of nepotism, and Ibrahimovic has destroyed the Primavera. He is so arrogant. Abate's out, who was amazing for the team. The whole team is destroyed. They now got relegated to Serie D. Like the whole Futuro project is done. Primavera is struggling. Like when they were amazing, actually they were doing fantastic when Abate was here, and all these kids were coming up. And Milan actually had some real Italian youth: Sia, Liberali, Camarda, Zeroli, Toriani. And look at what's happening. Komoto is being loaned out,
Oh,
which eventually
just
he'll
2
be
years
sold.
ago, you had the best Italian youth system. Clearly, you had the most Italian talent in your youth system, I think, in Italy.
Yep.
And now, I don't think it's. Do you have any more left?
It's bad. No, they're. I don't. I'll get into this at the end of what their strategies. But so Liberali joining Catanzaro, like he on a permanent transfer. We just have like a resale. I think is on. I think he actually went for free just with a resale, and he after he was sold, he posted a picture of him as like literally like a little kid growing up in the system. This is where he's been for years already. Like, and this is the same stuff that we've been seeing. Like literally, they didn't never want to leave, and this is what you get when you just get basically forced out because so you're being treated the wrong way. We don't give a crap. We want to kind of oust the whole Italian DNA here. It's bad. And so he leaves. So you see Catanzaro in Serie B. You're gonna see him back in Serie A in about a year or two. He's gonna be playing for a much better team, and it's gonna come bite Milan in the ass. He's a
I
good
hope he
player.
is.
He's talented. If he doesn't get some massive injury, he's gonna do well. I think the same thing's gonna happen with Camarda, but I think Milan's gonna hold on to Camarda longer because strikers make a lot of money. They're gonna hold on just until you can make a bunch and see later.
Mm-hmm.
So they've sold him. They've sold Liberali. Toriani should have been getting a lot more minutes now. They should not be playing Terracciano as their backup. It should be Toriani. He's a great this preseason. Moto gone. All these youth players gone. Magni now, their right back is gone. He's being loaned out. Yeah, sure, he's gonna be loaned and sold. All these guys, Salah, Sia, every single one that Milan has right now will not even touch the field. They never did last year, besides a few 2-3 minutes here and there for Camarda. They're going to be gone, and they're losing us because this is how you build DNA. You bring these guys up who know Milan. That's all they know. They grow up with together. They fight with each other. They play with each other. They fight harder because, as we always talk, you're playing with your boys. You are going to build such a strong culture, just like Barca does, that it's hard to break. That's how you build a team. That's what makes you fall in love with a team. Bonding and binding. That's what does it. Redbird does not want that, as you were saying. They don't want a core here. They don't want a culture here. They want in and out and the fans to get used to it. They want to decondition the fans, to recondition the fans to this. And that's how you do it. Destroy the youth sector. And it actually was, as a report, that Ibra and his boy, like John Karofsky, who was the American doucher, want to actually get rid of most of the Italian youth players and bring in a bunch of foreigners. It's a freaking joke.
It's a mission that's being beautifully executed by Milan and Juventus. And the fans are all for it. It's the same excuses too. It's like every single player, and this is from the Juventus perspective, but every single player that every single one of our youth players that's been sent away, it's the same excuses, and it's always the player's fault every single time. 100% of the time. What are the odds? Oh, he didn't want to be a part of the project anymore. He wanted to go play somewhere else. He wanted too much money. And then the players come out with the same story. I came back. They said I wasn't part of the plans. They wouldn't let me practice with the team. I was isolated, practicing by myself. So yeah, what do you think you're gonna do?
Yeah, you can leave.
You're gonna go somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, here, you don't get to practice or train with the team. You can go practice by yourself. It's like, well, okay, obviously you're not gonna stay. I mean, what would you? Oh, he wanted to leave. Of course, at that point, yes. Did he want to leave? No. But yeah, when you're told you're not on the team anymore, then yes, you still want to be a professional athlete. You want to go. You want to go get a real job. Come
Joke,
on,
man.
that's what they do to these kids, and the fans buy it. They buy it, hook, line, and sinker. They fall for all of it every single time, and it's the same exact story. And it's like it's amazing to me that they can just release the same. It's like the same press clipping, which is the names changed, and it's like they just gobble it right up. What are you gonna do?
I don't know, man. We're just gonna
They got to figure it out, dude.
keep bitching about it, and maybe we get more and more of a
Yeah,
following. Maybe the Italian group who kind of does the same thing kind of gets more and more. I mean, at some point, it's got to break. The
eat your nut up.
problem is if they do, if let's say Milan gets third place, which I think is quite likely actually, given
I do.
where Serie A is and having Allegri and having honestly on paper the team that they have, I think they're gonna be fine. Then the fans are gonna say, "Hey, yeah, exactly. You have Leao, Pulisic, and you have some quality out there. You still have Modric,
Yeah.
even though he's old, he's a class player. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have this just repeated because the fans go, well, look, the team's good now. I don't care. I don't care
Yeah.
because I don't watch this to have a good team. I can watch any team who's good. I will go watch Liverpool. I will go watch Man City, Barcelona. They're all good. Why am I not a fan of them? Because I don't care about their. I mean, their history is great, but I don't care about them the way I cared about Milan's history. That's the difference. I know that you feel the same about Juve. So yeah,
Absolutely. 100%.
I don't care if they're good. It has to mean something to me. So that's my soapbox. I will end this with saying
It's a
the
good one. I mean, I totally agree.
Italianization. I'll end this by saying the Italianization process at Milan has been a total success. We have been linked with Ricci, Cambiaso from Juve, Moiskin, Rovella, bringing Tonali back, Comuzzo, Calafiori. Who else was out there? Leone. Yeah, link with
Oh yes.
all these guys. Amazing, right? And we have wound up with Ricci, Athekame, De Winter, Jashari, Estupinian, and probably Hoyland. Amazing, amazing job, guys. One.
Awesome.
You get a
What
golf
a
clap
what
for
a
that.
amazing, meaningful team. But hey, I'll
And
say
we've
this: you
sold all
signed
our
one more
promising
Italian than we
Italians.
did.
Yeah,
Yep.
but we've also gotten rid of Camarda, Liberali, Magni, Komoto. Just name it.
Well,
They're
we did
gone.
that 2 years ago, or we've been doing that for 2 years.
Yeah,
So we don't. The only one we have left is Miretti, and he's going to be gone. It's Savona's on the chopping block too.
for
That's the other
sure.
part of
Oh
the
yeah,
thing.
he's
We're
definitely
just
out.
like I always say, we're like 1 year behind you guys. We're just a little bit behind you guys, and
But you're ahead of us in
cleaning our
selling their
house.
youth, so we're 1 year behind you in that. Now it's
Yes.
our turn.
Yeah. Well, Junsley was very effective. He just shipped them all. Like just like gone out of here. I need to
Yeah,
make money so I can sign these completely average players that
yeah.
people have no clue. I can't believe they
Oh.
weren't good. Oh, oh,
So,
shocker.
Mercato mild recap. Milan and Juve. Milan's Mercato's from an objective standpoint looking decent. I can't stand it personally, but it's looking like they'll be fine with Allegri. Juve's looking
Yeah.
kind of whatever, right? They'll be okay.
We had a lot of repair. I think Comoli is doing fine for what he was saddled with. I don't think he's going to return Juve to glory at all. I think he's going to do exactly what
It's gonna be a numbers
Milan's
guy.
doing. But yeah, he's doing what he should be doing.
Yep.
Yeah, Napoli's doing great.
Napoli, I was gonna say, is doing great.
Oh yeah,
They were the best team, and they're gonna continue to be the best team. Inter somewhere in the middle. They've got a couple of things brewing that could change the scope of how they look, but it's all about Makibu. Roma is going to be a little bit of, as they always are, a dark horse for they could be great, they could not be. They've got Gilardi, who I think is a great, and they signed him for cheap too, like 10 or 12 mil. Very promising defender. I actually think he's probably better than half these guys that they're looking at, like Leone and those guys. I think Gilardi's going to be a good player.
yeah.
They got
I
this,
like
I think,
Gilardi.
Irish striker. They're trying to get rid of Dobic, and guy looks good already. I think he's already bagged a few goals. So I think they're going to be good. It's just, is Gasparini going to fit there? I think that's also going to be a coach thing, just like
Yeah,
Inter. We'll see.
Gasparini. Yeah, I think he's got Dybala, so they'll be okay.
Yes, but is he going to be a good Dybala coach? Is he going to be like, hey, you got to get back on defense all the time, Dybala, because
Oh yeah,
he
that's
wants his
true.
guys to run their asses off. It's like, you can't do
Yeah,
that to that guy.
yeah. He's the polar opposite of Ranieri, so
Ranieri's
it's wild.
Ranieri's
Yeah,
good with players like that, man. Ranieri
yeah,
lets the
yeah.
players shine. So
Well, and he's very pragmatic, whereas Gasparini is like, he's a wild man, dude.
yep. So we'll see. That's the X factor
Yeah.
for me is Gasparini, but I like some of Romo's moves so far. So they're the kind of X factor. Atalanta, I don't think is going to be
Well,
amazing. I think Bologna is going to
now
be
they got
quite good.
Juric sucks.
Yeah, yours
I like
blows.
Bologna. I'm rooting for Bologna.
Bologna is definitely like my Fiorentina this year. I think Bologna is a team I'm pulling for. I think Italiano's definitely a coach on the rise. Fiorentina with
Yeah.
Pioli, I don't know. I think they were on this kind of like really like exciting trajectory. I think with Pioli now they're gonna just kind of be good because that's what he's just good.
Yeah.
It's not
I
amazing, he's
agree.
just good.
Yep.
So yeah, that will kind of taper off, but we will see. What are your final
Yeah. If anyone
thoughts,
knows
man?
what happened with if anyone knows what happened with Palladino, please put a comment in, because I would like to see. I would like to understand what's happening there. That's just such an odd thing to me. No, I mean my thoughts the same. I don't care about. I don't like my team. I don't like your team. I like Napoli. I've always disliked Inter. It is what it is there. Fiorentina is disappointing because I was really excited about that project, and that went away. So now I'm going to latch on to Bologna just because I like Bernardeschi and I like, Italiano got over a big hump last year. Yeah, Roma, curious. Let's see what happens with Gasperini there. I think Atalanta's going to stink it up. I really do. I think you're just going to blow that thing up.
Yeah, I don't think
You can
Atlanta
see.
is going to sustain not having Gasperini. I think
I totally agree.
the fates of those two, coach and team, were very much intertwined. I think it's going to be a mistake for both clubs, or for both,
Yep.
coach and club that's
It'll be
gone.
gone. Retegui will be gone. Yeah.
Retegui, oh my god, yeah, they lost Retegui.
Yeah.
Skamaka can't be relied on. I like Skamaka. He's
No.
super talented, but his brain is terrible and he's injury prone
Yeah.
and he's, even though he's physically should be strong, he plays weak. So like I don't.
Yeah.
He should be something so much more, and he's just not.
Well, he's got all those tattoos, so
He must be
he's real
tough.
edgy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got to be a
he's
tough
real
guy.
edgy when he's flopping and giving up, and yeah,
Yeah, man,
it's unbelievable.
it's such a bummer. Like guys like that should be really using their size, and they just don't. Like Sesko he's talented, but he actually uses his size, so he's gonna have a way better career than Skamaka.
Yeah.
So,
Agree.
That's it, guys. Thank you for joining. Sorry we missed last week, but I will try to get back on it here, and especially as the season begins again, we will be having some reviews and using our amazing field technology here when the games do begin.
Yeah, I can't wait to. Yeah, Tampax is really got behind us this year, and we're gonna quadruple down on the field vision technology.
Oh, I think we should do one more quick thing. What did you think about UA's preseason? I'll give my take on Milan's preseason and then we'll end. What do you think about UA's preseason?
And with including Club World Cup and all that good shit.
Yeah, the whole thing.
I mean, we have a very basic setup. I think it's fine for the modern game. The 3-4-3. I think one thing, Tudor's been playing his starters way too much for me. Preseason to me is where you play like the young guys, cycle them in, you see what you have, see if there's any up and comers that you might want to, especially when your team's not a very good team. It seemed like the exact time to be like, hey, let's see if any of these random kids are going to step up and become like a standout player that, hey, Comoli can sell him for big bucks, baby. Pure plus Valenza. I wanted to see some of the young kids get some playing time, and that's just not the case. He's running his starters. He's playing every game like it's a real game. The last match, finally, at like the 65th minute, he did like a 10-person sub. It just subbed the whole team out. But he put in guys like Luis and stuff like that. It's clearly you have Luis and Koopmeier. So we put on like $140 million of signings in the 65th minute of a preseason game. I have my concerns with the team. I think we're a very average team. I think there's teams in Serie A that are better than us. I think there's teams in Serie A that have way better coaches than us. But I think in the end we'll be a top 4 team.
Gotcha. You think the price scraped by like third or fourth place, probably?
Yeah, I do because it's besides Napoli, and honestly, I think Allegri with Milan makes a big difference. I really do think it's going to have a big impact. I think he was going to, and Inter are going to be there in the top 4 as well, just because the roster's good. But
I think it's going to be very typical top 4. I think you're going to see Napoli, you're going to see Milan and Inter in there, you're going to see Juve probably slide in there. It's going to probably see a very typical top 4. Maybe Roma can surprise people. Maybe Bologna could be the X factor, which would be great. But that's probably what you're going to see. I hope Bologna can kind of do something special. But yeah, I mean, so overall, was it what you expected out of the preseason? A little better, a little worse?
Oh, totally what I expected. Yep. Absolutely met expectations, and that's not a good thing.
Same for me. I think that they got most of the guys played how I expected them. Ricci looked nice, composed, and classy in most games. He didn't look so great against Chelsea, but the team was also kind of strange there too. And he had Fofana and Musa with him, who's not gonna be good. But I thought that Salamakers has looked great. He's really going to fit the team. Put him anywhere, he's good. He can play left wing, right wing back, wherever. He's going to look very good.
Awesome player. Love Salamakers.
Tomori has looked very shaky. I want to see him get some consistency running, like Gabia, De Winter, and Pavlovic. If that's going to be how you run it, fine. Get some consistency. Kubi's kind of got screwed. I don't think it was a red card this past game, but he's young. Who knows? But then again, he'll probably get just lambasted because he made one big mistake in a
you can't make mistakes anymore.
Especially if you're a child, an Italian child. No thanks.
Yeah, Yeah, no, because every fat slob on the couch has something to say.
Yeah, if you're an Italian child on one of these teams, you make one mistake, you're done. But yeah, so
Yeah, you're done.
we'll see. I mean, I'm not some massive Khabib fan, but I just think that it's funny now. People are really roasting him. I see got a red card.
Oh yeah, that's been like that for a few years now.
Just Shari looks solid. We'll see what happens with Modric. So I mean, it's the people kind of perform how I think they would. Stupinian has looked terrible both times that he played. I don't think he's going to be a good player. People think that he can
Not a good
replace
player.
Teo Hernandez. It's really dumb. I think if you want to replace Hernandez, there was like really two options: Cambiasa from Juve, which you should have spent the money on, or the dude from Lazio who basically plays like Teo. That's who you're replacing with. You
These are
don't
such
replace him with
banter
a
era
basic. Yeah,
signings.
dude. I,
Both of our teams are just making banter era signings, and the fans are just loving it.
yeah,
It's
but
just
but you
because they don't
know.
want to say anything negative. They want to be positive because that makes you a good person. It's like no, it just makes you a sucker.
See,
Sorry.
just imagine, see, and imagine how much this team still uses Rafa Leao. Imagine this Milan
Yeah.
team without Leao right now. What do you
No,
do?
he's the reason that they're scary.
Do you think that Jimenez can do anything by himself? No, he's a poacher, true poacher. He needs service in spades. If he doesn't get it, he's not creating shit. So you still need Leao. If
You have
Leao
that
goes
lineup up
down,
right now.
yeah, what are you gonna do? Run
Look,
Loftus Cheek?
put your thumb over Leao, and that could be Torino.
Exactly.
That team could
Seriously.
easily be Torino
Mike
without
Maignan,
Leao.
great keeper, but so was who's the Milik right? Yeah,
Oh, that's
Terracciano,
right.
Tamori, Kubis, who cares? De
Yeah.
Winter's on Genoa. I mean, not some. Who cares?
Musa, Fofana,
Bartasagi.
Ricci, Bartasagi,
Yeah, dude.
Loftus Cheek, Salamak. That could be Torino. If you take Leao, that's Torino.
See,
That's how bad these teams are. That's what I'm saying. Like even though Juventus sucks, I so does Milan. So does
no.
besides Leao.
Well,
That's why Napoli looks so good.
you saw at Milan, and the crazy thing is, even though how bad I think that a lot of Milan is, teams in general are not that good as people hype them up to
They're
be.
not.
They're just not.
No. The
Allegri's
whole level of the game
coaching is
is mad.
probably going to be enough.
Yes. Yes.
And you saw
Across
them beat
planet Earth.
Liverpool, but get smoked by
Yeah.
Chelsea. So for me, it's like, who cares? That's kind of what I expected. They were gonna beat one, lose to one. We beat Real Madrid in preseason last time, and I don't know. We beat Man City. Who knows? I don't really care. I do see some good coaching. That's it.
It's a
That's
bunch of
it.
soulless, spineless teams that stand for nothing and play for nothing. It's just an assortment of players that get hot or they don't.
Yeah, so coach is more important than
That's
ever.
all it is. Yes, exactly. So
Unless you
it's
got a Barca who's homegrown built, that's different.
well, and they're building, so that we'll see what happens next year. PSG did a lot by getting rid of some of these, prima donna, big, big players, and they went with youth, and it ended up working out because they got hot at the right time. So that's that's what the name of the game is. Just shuffle them around. Who cares? Let's get hot. Woo! Oh man, we're the best. And then you overcompensate with bragging rights, and then the next year you look like an idiot, and it's it's a
Yeah.
vicious cycle.
Milan will go on a streak where they look really good, and then they'll kind of fade and they'll look okay again, and they're definitely going to be a top 4 team. Is my prediction. The preseason was
I think
exactly
so.
how I expected. So,
Allegri, baby.
yeah, guys, thanks for joining us. We will end it now, and as always, Forza Calcio, and now a new thing is Forza balance sheets. Ciao, guys.